Hello everyone, welcome to our first past life travel in the new year of 2026. Because of that, I thought it would be fun to travel to another life where you rang in the new year. So kind of doing a bit of my love for Doctor Who, where you can kind of pick a date and travel to that time period. So I've asked the angels to bring you forward to another life at the time that you rang in the new year. So 1, 2, or 3, kind of which card you're tuning into. And what we're going to do is find out sort of who you were at that time that you were celebrating the new year, welcoming in the new year, maybe what you were going through at that time. How does that connect to your present life? What kind of message of encouragement, or maybe it's a message of validation, of confirmation, of acknowledgement of what you're doing and how you're progressing. So have a little fun here. We're going to be doing the charms to help guide us to that time frame, take us back in the Akashic records, and then our cards over here to help me to receive the details and provide you with your messages. I do timestamp below, so you can skip ahead to whichever card you're tuning in here for your past life travel. Again, we're going back to another time when you rang in the new year. I am an organic reader, so you're going to see me just change up on camera. I don't pause, so that's why I do encourage using the timestamps if you want to kind of skip hanging out with me during those moments. Yeah, so I think I'm going to start here, kick off things here with group number 1. You'll see here our animal spirit guide has come through, the raven, the crow, the raven, the earth angel, the messenger that can cross realms, and therefore they're our gatekeeper today, welcoming us into the Akashic records. So I'll put these groups aside, 2 and 3, just over here, so I remember which order we're going in. I'll get the cards, and we'll just slide this over here. Maybe I can wonder if, yeah, maybe we'll stand it up instead. There we go. Okay. So, where are we going? Back in the past to another time you were celebrating and ringing in the new year. Who were you? What were you doing at the time? Maybe what goals or achievements or aspirations were on your mind at that time? Kind of what were you looking forward to? And how does it connect with you now? Any lessons you can take away? I feel like more we're going to get just some encouragement, motivation, help inspire you and support you as you step into 2026. Just feeling some movement. It's interesting how they're falling. They're actually coming out of my fingers quite quickly without me feeling. Usually there's a bit of a tingle as they try to move my fingers, but they don't seem to need to have to move my fingers away. A little bit of a cleanup there. Okay. Animal life, very interesting. The very first past life I ever went to for myself, I experienced living as an animal. I wonder if that's what's... No. They're kind of chuckling at me, but animals were involved. Maybe you were sort of connected to equestrian. They keep making me want to move, so seeking closure, but somehow animals are playing a role too. Maybe I'll make a note of that for upcoming past life, to purposely go back to a lifetime where you experience life as an animal, because that was nice, kind of remembering my first past life reading. Maybe this is your first group one. Maybe for a lot of you, this is your first time going back, or we're going back to the first time your soul was experiencing life here on Earth. So your first life, kind of going back to your first past life here. And pulling me more up towards the legalities here. Might be romantic involvement with the perfume and the pink tile here. So maybe there was some kind of lack of closure as it relates to a relationship at this time period. Transformation down here with you being a starseed, Earth visitor. Yeah, first time you came down to Earth. The starseed child, but that's interesting. We'll see maybe if I can get which starseed you belong to, which family you belong to here. And then we have conquest, Spanish Empire, and it's a nice cupcake. They're pulling me into the filigree here at the top of the cupcake with the Spanish Empire, and it's making me think of the beautiful kind of crowns and head adornments that the royal women wore at that time. So maybe you were part of that upper class, or perhaps maybe you're at a ball or a gala of some kind. So you would have been very well dressed. Quite the party here, but conquest, Spanish Empire conquest here. Okay, get the cards. Let's see how it all ties together here. I'm gonna have to making room for the card that's associated with the butterfly down here, so I remember. One thing about sometimes when they are tight like this. Oh, quite the answer over here. Beautiful elaboration on the message with regards to seeking closure. Okay, I think we're all set up here for pile number one. Heading back to, I'm just taking the notes here, Spanish Empire. Okay. Group number one, pile number one, you were drawn to the Eight of Coins here. Has a beautiful connection to the Asian Chinese New Year, that beautiful lucky red, the gold coin. I have no idea if it's the year of the ram. I'll do some research, I guess, after the reading for myself. But, plenty of elements to draw you in. The beautiful lucky star, the wish or dream coming true. Even the way the graphic illustration here has that streamer, fireworks, kind of beautiful party element to it. So maybe that's the energy that you had when you rang in your new year. Kind of drawn to that. So the Eight of Coins, and we're traveling back here. Now, if you were with me for the initial impressions as I was getting the charms and cards, I was starting to be drawn to upper class. You would have been a member of an upper class and or dressed up in your best for like a gala or a ball, like what we see in the movies, or perhaps, I don't know, I'm not part of the upper class, so like very elaborate adornments, headdresses, high collars, showing off your best jewels, maybe a masquerade ball, maybe you were wearing a mask, but kind of coming out in your best to reflect your status. So higher class, prestige party, ringing in the new year. So that's where you were at. That's the group, that's the environment, that's the party energy of where you were with this past life. So I'm going to start over here. I'm going to start with my little cupcake here, establishing the time period, going back to the Spanish Empire during a period of conquest. I'm not drawn to the 1810s, but Spanish Empire, period of conquest. Two tiles are really calling out the pink hues to me. So this is heart. So I feel like this is romance related, relationship related, a matter of the heart in terms of Spanish Empire and conquest. Now this cupcake charm, I am drawn to this top filigree of the cupcake. I don't know if you can see it better if it's on my finger. So sort of the beautiful design and adornment. And again, I shared in my initial impressions how I was seeing sort of the headdresses, the crowns, sort of the hair accessories at this party, at this gala, this ball. And the cupcake itself is a message of indulgence, opulence, so kind of reflecting the numerous coins over here and the jewels. So you are at a very well-funded, I'll say, gala, like the tables, the spread of food, drinks are flowing, a live orchestra is playing the music, likely hundreds of individuals there. And you're there as well. And potentially this loved one, this heart, this conquest, possibly unrequited love, because we have seeking closure over here. So there may be, you were crushing at this time, or you're seeing a significant other that you were with now with another partner, crossing paths here at this New Year's party. So we have the devil. Yeah, as I was saying that, sort of you looking at them, right? Kind of wishing, seeing your dreams with them fade away as they're almost like maybe potentially they're reaching back to you as well. And I say that because of what I'm feeling over here. We'll get into it. But, at some time I do feel like both of you were truly into this relationship, but for some reason, forces pulling you apart. Perhaps it's the status, right? Your family did not meet the requirements for sort of the agreement of marriage, or your status, even though you're part of this community, you were still on a tier below, or it would still not be the right fit because you are blocked, right? The chains are here blocking, and they are being pulled away with the wealth, the opulence. Perhaps you lost them to this world as well, to indulgence, the cupcake. So perhaps, an addiction formed in the Spanish Empire at this time of when there was a conquest on site, or a period of conquest, Spanish conquesting. Maybe they were introduced to opium. I'm trying to think of period time movies and documentaries I've watched. It could be just as simple as alcohol, right? Indulging in alcohol, or sort of this feeling of pulling away, knowing it's the Spanish Empire, perhaps their profession, their obligations, their need to fulfill, because this is a cupcake, a need to satisfy. So potentially you cannot be together because their profession was requiring them to serve X amount of time. They cannot put shame on the family. They had to go off and do their duty. So potentially New Year's, ringing in the New Year's was your final moments to be together. And, you're attempting to keep them. Maybe you had some kind of plan in the works to keep them all to yourself, and it did not work. I'm going to go over here to the legal matters and this other pink tile. So this and this is where I'm seeing the tie of some, like the chains here. Something was in your way. So on paper, right, something on paper was not the right fit. But the perfume here, this perfume bottle, is all about attraction. It also feels like, for some reason, I keep saying it's an illusion. So there may have been like some kind of scheme here, like you were sort of trying to watch what words I choose, because I don't want to paint the wrong picture here. Like you were misled. They like really poured on the charm. They increased their charisma. So you were immediately attracted, right? Like the spray of the perfume. You were kind of drawn in with the scent of the cologne, the perfume here. You were drawn into their energy very quickly. I think they picked that up on you. That you kind of fell fast, fell quickly. Maybe you were doe-eyed, right? You gave them uh, physical cues that they could get away with stuff. But the whole time they knew, like they had some kind of legal matter or legal obligation that would keep you from ever being sort of a couple. Again, it could have been their career commitments, the family commitments, or they always knew, you're beneath me. It'll never be approved, but I'm going to have the fun that I can. Oh, well, this card. Oh, look, see, even the angels corrected me there. Knight of Cups. Yeah, look at them overwhelming you here with emotions, right? Kind of rushing in, but it's all waves, right? It's kind of the soapy foam here on top of the water, the waves, and you don't see what's underneath. His tail, for whatever reason, looks like the claw of a lobster or a crab. It doesn't look like a nice soft tail. It looks. What's interesting, I know it's not the symbol, but the fact that the horse transitions into the mermaid tail, the fish tail, reminds me of the Capricorn symbol, as it transitions as well into the mermaid tail, which is Capricorn's, the start of the new year, the season of the new year. So some extra confirmation and validation there as well, that we're at the New Year's period here. And this celebration, you are there with them. But look at him pouring on the charm, right? The knight. I'm going to lean into these emotions that you're sharing with me. Maybe you opened up about something, so they're kind of playing with that. Look how small the heart is. Just enough charm, but not more than I actually need to give you. Look how tiny cup, tiny heart. So this is definitely like unrequited love. Kind of look up here, master of distraction. Look at all this opulence. Look at the party around us. Look at the celebration. Like, again, just giving you enough of a smile, right? Enough of charm, the dimple. Enough of the charisma. Heavy, kind of surface level here. Again, with the foam, right? We can't even see the wave or the color of the water. So just giving you just enough to keep you on the hook here. It feels like further pleasure, right? Because they're all about the fun. They keep saying, hey, it's New Year's, it's fun. You can come to the horse because we're being led here in symbol. So I do feel like animal life is part of this environment during the Spanish period here, the Spanish Empire, the conquest. Maybe this is the regimen they were part of. Maybe they were one of the service people that rode the horse. Perhaps your family owned horses, raised horses. Or it was a thing to do, right? It was part of this upper class. It was a thing to go watch the ponies run or race, I should say. I feel like this may have been where you met as well, sort of a social gathering related to horses. Maybe it was a horse auction, maybe it was a parade, and they were in it, or they're the owner. They were the owner of a winning horse, and your family, the matriarch or patriarch went to congratulate theirs, and sort of the introductions were made. But it's pointing at seeking closure. It is a pony, so it's sort of this quick incoming. You're like, it says seeking closure, but I feel like it's being delivered to you, because that's what the horse is. The horse is the incoming courier. So if you're seeking closure now, I feel like get ready. It is going to come to you. Maybe that's why we have 3 cards here to further elaborate this message. So again, either there's a family connection here, like a family introduction, that's how you met, or through their profession. Kind of saw them in their outfit, right? If he was a soldier riding the horse, or if he was in the parade holding a flag. So you would have, the first time you met, they would have been connected to or dressed as their profession. It also goes, I feel like that was very masculine, sorry, as examples, because it goes for women as well. So if they were of a certain status, your wardrobe would have reflected, right? If you were like sort of which class, which house you belong to, sort of what your family did. I feel like that still would relate to you. It still would have been known, sort of who you are and what your family did. Okay. So here's your incoming. So I'm going to start with the messenger. That's where I was pausing and getting a little wrapped up on you guys. So we have the chariot, and here, look at them singing, bringing in the harp. So here comes incoming news, right? He's being pulled through the town, announcing. He's being brought forward to you to provide you the message, the answers, right? The closure that you're seeking. But I feel like this is a different individual. I don't feel like it's the knight. I feel like this is a messenger about them. And there's some beautiful magic with the dual unicorns here. I wonder if that leads to this transformation that we're seeing with you, Star Child. I'm pausing because I'm feeling Gemini energy. I'm trying to see like what Starseed is connected to Gemini. I don't know. I might have to look that up for you guys and put it in the description below. Maybe it'll come out in the cards a bit more, but they're connecting the Gemini planet to, when I said Starseed, Gemini vibrated back. So either Gemini moon or Gemini planet. I'll have to figure that out for you. But there's some magic behind you receiving this news, and it's also angelic with the harp and the golden hue here, the healing, the beautiful healing that I see in the emotions as you receive the closure. But it's magical, so it's probably likely like better than what you expect, or this is your validation, your confirmation of what you were already anticipating. But it's not worse news. It's not bad news. It's just kind of like, okay, or wow, I didn't realize that. But it's a positive propelling forward. I don't see you like hurt or heartbroken. It's like the opposite energy. You're kind of being propelled forward with this magical news that's coming in. in terms of seeking closure. Okay. Now I like that it's paired with the Ace of Pentacles here, because this card in this deck has this beautiful path forward, and you're heading towards this next gate, this next journey, this next leg, a different route in your soul path without this individual. Sort of the start of your new year as well, the one. So maybe at this party, maybe at this gala over here, when I said you kind of saw them with another, or you kind of got that final no from the family, you cannot be together. You kind of left that New Year's, so the prior year, so for us it's 2025, you kind of left 2025 and walked into 2026 with this beautiful renewed energy, hope, understanding, and heading towards this brilliant new start. Your magical pentacle here coming from your two unicorns. So if you haven't received any news yet, again, this pony, he rushes forward, the chariot rushes forward to bring your messenger to you. Depending on when you see this in early 2026, I do believe you'll receive the news in quick succession after watching this video. Now I love this legacy card, generation after generation after generation, sort of the handing down. I also love how visually it kind of feels connected to the Spanish Empire and the upper class, right? I was saying how the wardrobe reflects sort of your status in the community. I like the beautiful Spanish red kind of in the background there. No, they're making me read the pentacles upwards. So I'm kind of following the path up. So upward momentum, heading into a rainbow. And what's at the end of the rainbow for you? It's sort of this longevity. So at this time frame, and this is where I think it connects to you now, you're starting something, this ace, right? Your first pentacle, this new path. You're establishing some kind of foundation that it's going to carry forward through your family, through your community, and it's just going to build towards something absolutely brilliant and beautiful, right? The rainbow, the Ten of Pentacles, probably about to splash in and pour into the Ten of Cups. So at this time frame and at this Spanish Empire during the conquest, you were putting something into motion here, or you were helping and working with your family and the community to establish, which actually carried the family forward for generations here. So you're doing the same thing in this lifetime. So, almost like a bit of a trade-off here, it feels like, from one passion to another, but because of it, look at the family you create, right? There is generations here. So you're kind of historic moment. You're the next rung in your family tree of ancestry of someone who's going to launch and propel the family forward here down this next path that really puts in some long-term success and succession, even the handing down here. That's probably this transformation over here, right? This big, beautiful transformation. Maybe you're already well into heading down this path when you receive the news, and that's why it just continues to propel you forward, right? It's that serendipitous news and closure that you needed, right place, right time, right person delivering it to you, and you're just inspired and motivated from it. It's weird to get an end to a relationship that actually throws you forward more, kind of reconfirms the wonderful person that you are, right? Maybe that's why you propel forward, because you can see the contrast and the difference when you have positive personalities and characteristics versus ones that are misleading or only surface level. So we have that beautiful transformation here that you're going through at this time. You also went through a beautiful transformation at this time that we have traveled back to. You were a starseed child coming to Earth, I do believe, for the first time. And you were quite lucky, you know, in your first go about, and one of your very first goes about, you developed a beautiful understanding quite quickly, which led to sort of this immediate level up of your soul, this transformation. Maybe it's simply the transformation from remaining a starseed child to becoming a repeating Earth visitor, right? Starting your cycle of past lives. Before I take the card, when I say that, this was the beginning of a positive cycle, of an exciting cycle, green, good fortune, this year, 2026. This is the start of a positive cycle of having good fortune at your back. Maybe that's why I'm really seeing this propelling forward, the dual unicorns here, the extra magic. Well, we have the star, so you know, we have the beautiful divine timing paired with right place, right person, right? Your soul alignment. Look at you. Yeah, you came down your difficult journey, and then now you're ready for endless opportunities. You've unlocked the path to some beautiful endless opportunities. Look at them pouring you into the pool. Major dream come true. This is a soul purpose unlocked with all the good energies, the good karmas, all the upcoming positive experiences and memories to be made, all being unlocked in 2026 for you. All unlocked as you headed into the next season in this past life as well. You moved forward, you moved past. Closure was received, right? You were able to go forward. They're pulling me over so that the cards read 777. They wanted the 7 over here. So again, they're communicating good fortune to you, but we always saw that with the 8 of coins, your pile of coins up there, and the green good favor here. Just going to quickly make a note of Starseed, Gemini, so I can add some notes there for you all in the description below. But yeah, I think really it's you got closure in a matter of the heart. You focused on something in your life that is still a passion, but not a relationship. You pursued that passion, you chose to pursue that passion, and you unlock good fortune in all areas, including still finding that next partner, that next companion, building a loving family. But there's like this soul purpose unlocked with multiple opportunities and dreams to come true in this period. So I think 2026 is probably a start of quite a few years, you know, if not decades, of having good fortune at your back here. This major transformation you have just gone through, this soul evolution. I always see it as you kind of leveling up to that next tier of understanding, actualization, power of manifestation. So congratulations, pile 1. Okay, so I'm going to transition here to group number 2, and we're going to travel into their past life at New Year's. And let's see what their story is. Okay. We had the festive holiday reindeer, the gifts. Okay, so pile number 2, drawn to my festive reindeer here with his satchel of gifts and love. So we'll get the charms to get an initial understanding of where we're traveling back with our sort of earth angel here, who's bringing us forward and back through the Akashic records. and we'll get the cards to help me elaborate and provide the messages to you today regarding your past life. So get the charms. We're heading back to this time in another life. So when you rang in the new year, who were you? Where were you? What was on your mind? What was on your heart? And how does that connect to you today and how you rang in the new year this year? Who you are today? What was on your mind? What's on your heart? And what is the message for you to take away? Validation, confirmation, maybe it's motivation, inspiration, creativity, encouragement, support. Okay. I want to be on the family link. Putting a spotlight on my Russian Empire during a period of revolution. We just came from the Spanish Empire during a period of conquest. What are they showing down here? So we're heading back into a specific, well, we know we're going back to a past life, but it's interesting that they're giving me the smaller turtle, which is a very specific chapter, a very specific experience that they're bringing forward from your Akashic records. Please feel wrong. What's this? Second attempt, same story. Okay. So maybe this life is third time's the charm, I like to say. So this is going to be your third time around to learn this lesson and move forward and level up as a soul. Related to family. Okay, so we'll get the cards. We'll see how this elaborates. Again, what's the messages for you to take away about your New Year's? Heading into 2026, as we head into the past to the Roman Empire during a period of revolution. And they're putting a spotlight here and multiple cards. So with this family link down here, maybe there's some fighting, fighting amongst family members that you're kind of dealing with. Family, it could also mean like your friend unit, right? Those close friends that feel like family. Our second home is usually also our workplace, our work environment. We spend so much time there. So that could be where the conflicts are happening right now. Maybe there's some drama happening in one of those environments right now at this time. Okay. I'm just taking the note that we're going to the Roman Empire here. And then we'll get into the reading. Okay. Starting with the card you were drawn to. So I like to call this my little festive reindeer. Got his beautiful bells on. I love this area of his coat. His beautiful kind of beard, mane, fur. Just want to stroke it. feels soft. And he comes with his satchel here, his bag full of gifts and love and sort of wisdom, with the stars also floating out. So we're heading back to, I feel like they're pulling me back to more of this time of the year, regardless of which celebration is yours. They're pulling me further back from New Year. So this experience maybe happened or is more closely related to middle of December or the December month in its entirety, or it could just be leading into the festive season. So sort of November, mid-November, when we all start to head into this holiday period. Maybe that's what triggered it, but that's what I'm kind of feeling like. I'm feeling like I'm being pulled back away from New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, to sort of this starting point. So we'll see what it relates to. I'll come to our Russian Empire. I wrote Roman down. Okay, so I'm going to fix that Russian Empire right now. So Russian Empire during a period of revolution, a time when the Russian Empire was experiencing challenges between the classes and the people. Again, similar to the first group, I'm not drawn to the date on the tile, just the situation. They're using my lantern charm. Oh, if I can get my fingers to work. It's like a spotlight. You kind of swing it like the old time lantern to give light, show light, like a flashlight, like a spotlight of some kind, a yield light, I should say, or a caution light. But it's just the angelic color. So the angels putting a spotlight on this period, but also on this situation, on this revolt that's happening, this rise up of the people, or the rise up of a group, right? It could be a protest that's in motion, and maybe you're on one of the sides, right? You're either for the on the side of the protesting group, or you're on the other side. Perhaps you're even a spectator. We'll see. Okay. They want me to put them on either side, and then we have you, the fool, in the middle. You're like, let me just enjoy the holiday period, or let's all just enjoy the holidays. The beautiful red, white, and green that we're seeing here in the leggings, the striping and the patterns, even the beautiful colors and streamers, the music. The dog is dancing. So, let's just enjoy this period. Why are we all worked up? The Knight of Wands is ready to fight. The Knight of Swords is ready to fight. Fly in and battle, fly in and leap in and tackle. And you're kind of trying to keep the peace here. So, at this time, within your, we already know family unit over here, whatever that group is for you. So again, it could be family, friends, workplace. You're trying to not be the middle person, but you are trying to get everyone to kind of calm down here, not overheat, not over exaggerate, not have emotions triggered, not flare up, not try to step in or take charge. You're like, relax, everyone, calm down. So, spotlight on situation, deep blue, emotions are at an all-time high. So that means like people are taking things personal, right? Other people are showing their emotions, and you're trying to relax them, calm them down, bring them peace. We'll come over here because we know the family link is here. The brushes are all about appearances. Also, I sometimes read these as microphones for whatever reason. So there could be a lot of expression of how I feel, how this makes me feel, that's coming to you regarding the situation. So it could be each party kind of coming to you directly, and you're trying to get them to talk to each other. But it's like appearances. So that's like surface level. You're not getting the full story, but you really don't want it. Like I can see in the full energy, like you don't want to hear it. You don't want to be involved. You're listening. You're kind of entertaining it, but you're not here for it. You're here for the festivities. You're here for the season. I like the King of Wands. As soon as I looked at him with his left hand out, I heard like, what gives, in my head. And with the card number 9 here, she's rising out of bed, kind of waking up, kind of shaking off the grogginess, right, with her hand, trying to figure out how am I going to tackle today, or what's going to happen today. As she looks back at the swords, kind of counting the days. Like how many more days until the holidays, maybe you had a bit of a countdown, because remember, they pulled me back. So maybe this could be even how many days until the end of the year. Like you were really looking forward to kind of New Year's to happen here. But I like this kind of jovial King of Wands who's stepping in. He has this laissez-faire kind of beautiful energy. He's wearing his bravery and his courage here on his chest, but he's so lighthearted and gentle. I don't know if this is going to be someone who actually steps in, right? That matches your Fool energy. That's going to come across your path, maybe through a family link during this drama. But they have the same energy as you. So it's almost like the two of you either step back, or you just kind of step away and let this happen. And you're kind of waking up and kind of looking forward to kind of seeing like, okay, what's next? What's today going to bring in terms of us meeting, connecting, coming together here. You're pulling me down to the King's Salamander. I'm trying to remember the meaning of the salamander. I'll probably have to put in the description below for you all. But they're emphasizing the salamander here. And he seems very playful, sort of this playful energy at the back. But it's very small, it's very light, very soft, kind of what you need right now, because you've got sort of this dueling happening over here. So kind of a new companion, a new friend, or because of the festive period, this could be a relative that's like been there, done that. I can show you how to deal with this, right? I can show you keep with your Fool energy. I can show you how to apply it with regards to what's going on. There's like this beautiful helper coming in, this new connection, or familiar connection, but has what you need here, has the support that you need. Maybe they only come around this time, right? Maybe it's one of those relatives that you only kind of see at this time of year. Okay. So in the impressions, as we were getting the charms and cards together, I was tuning into kind of third time as the charm, because you were already indicating that this is a scenario that you've lived twice, right? You've already completed a second attempt. This is the same story. That explained why I was questioning why they would provide me my small turtle, which is giving you a chapter out of your Akashic record. It's pulling out a specific experience that you lived before, and the turtle just turned around. So this is your third chance, third attempt to kind of turn things around, turn around your approach. Maybe this laissez-faire energy wasn't the right approach. Maybe saying, hey guys, let's just calm down, enjoy the holidays, doesn't solve it, right? It just puts it off, it delays it. And then when this companion comes in, this helper has the same energy, maybe they mislead you a bit, because you're still waking up and kind of counting down the days, like how soon will this end? When will this resolve itself? And now we have, well, you've tried that before, let's change your approach. Maybe the Fool energy and the King of Wands energy, the so what, or what next energy isn't the right one to sit in, right? Sometimes we start to just go, well, that's just them. right? We just kind of forgive people because they continue to perform the same action. Why do we do that, right? Again, you've lived this experience before. What are you learning from it? Are you going to continue this same story? We have this beautiful purple intuitive hue around this title. So what is your gut telling you? Before I even flip over this card and provide you your message, based on which scenario this connects with for you, which family unit this connects with for you, which conflict or challenge is happening around you. Because again, they're on either side of you, so it's happening around you, and you're kind of blissfully ignoring it. What's your gut actually telling you to do as you enter 2026? You ignored it throughout the entire festive season, including New Year's, as you rang in the New Year's. But what are you going to do moving forward? Are you going to go 3 times around the same story? Or are you going to use third time's the charm to break it? Maybe that's why there's a emphasis here, a spotlight on this this battle that's happening, right? The revolution that's happening, the pushback, the rise up. Well, you have the High Priestess. Look at her. Presenting you, opening your Akashic records, presenting you with your crystal ball, and she's reminding you with the purple hues and the magic of the moon. What are you going to do this time around? Look what you did. Look what you've done before. What are you going to do now? Doesn't even have to be a past life. This could be more than one time this same scenario has happened. It could be more than one time that this family unit, this friend group, the workplace goes into chaos mode around holidays, and it kind of swirls all around you, right? The yield sign, the yield symbol, pay attention. The emphasis here of reading your Akashic records, looking back, reflecting back on your experiences that you've already done this, the tile, the charm, and the tarot card, all giving you the book. But you have the answer, your gut, your intuition. What is it telling you? Also your dreams with the moon. But it's intuitive, your third eye, right? The crescent moon is on her third eye here. So I can't even tell you because you know the answer. What are you going to do? Your gut's going to tell you, right? Are you going to change your action? Are you going to try a different approach? Are you going to lean in and do more of this? Are you going to wait until holiday time 2026? Because maybe that's what you've done before. You waited a whole year before addressing it again, or you prepare for it to happen again. Or are you going to make some change, influence some change? What's your intuition telling you? Group number 2, what's your intuition telling you? And I'm going to write Salamander down before I forget, so I look that up for you. And put that in the description, because maybe the answer or some help here with the answer is in our little animal spirit here that popped in, the salamander here that's helping you. I'm just asking, just seeing if there's anything more for you guys. But I feel like I don't know. With this group, you just know. You know what you know. So thank you for joining. Thank you for traveling back to another period at the New Year's time, at the holiday time, when you were dealing with a similar kind of battle, dueling happening kind of around you. And this does not match your energy. You have more of the jovial, happy, content. Let's dive into the season, spirit of the season kind of energy, and the situation does not match that. Okay. I'm going to transition here to group number 3. So thank you for joining, and I'll see you at our next past life reading. So bring up group number 3's card here, the star card, beautiful dragon wrapping around the temple with the big New Year star. Dragon also looks quite phoenix-like, so kind of renewal energy, rising into a new version of you, the next phase of you. Okay, so let's get the charms first. So group number 3, we're going to tune into your past life here. We'll see where the charms fall, and then we'll have the cards to help me elaborate and emphasize the messages for you. We're just going to see where we're going back to the same time of year. So we're going back to a past life at the time in the calendar where you were ringing in the new year. You were celebrating the holidays. We'll see who you were, what you were doing, what was on your heart, what was on your mind, what were you looking forward to, and how does that connect to you now as you welcome in 2026 and head into the new year. Now I can really feel the energy on my hand. My hand feels so heavy. I'm doing everything I can to keep it off, like from dragging on the paper. So I don't know if you're coming into the new year, like you have something heavy on your shoulders, heavy on your heart, heavy on your mind. I also keep peeking up and looking up at the dragon here and the scale, sort of the weight. Like if you picture a temple, right? The temple in your mind, and the size of the dragon in contrast. So weight, heavy weight here. As humans, we're programmed to see faces and things, so we can also view a face in the card, the eyes, the nose, the ears, the crown. So even the dragon, right? The heavy weight on the shoulders, as I was saying. Okay, so let's see how the charms, make sure they're all in the right place. Oh, well, look, that next big challenge. No wonder I was feeling heavy weight. I wasn't even looking over here. We've got the angelic horn announcing, pointing down at your soul purpose. So again, no wonder it's a heavy weight. New. That's great to see. The little rat was the first one to come out with democracy. So maybe some politics are at play here. Needing to be more diplomatic. Classical Greek period. Okay, so we know what time period we're going to. This feels wrong, this feels wrong, this feels wrong. Okay. And we've got family ties, some kind of connection to family. Maybe that's why it's weighing on your mind so heavily. Sort of the impact to your family, because the flower is a decision to be made, a decision being made. So if it's a family link, it's the impact of family. Oh, look at that. We left a card behind. So we'll do that. We'll pair those together. Okay, so let's get the cards here as we travel back to classical Greek. Greece, I should say. Classical Greek. Classical Greece. So I might just put that in front for a second so I know that it associates up there. So I can place some cards down. The charms. And I remember which card is with which charms. Okay. All right, group 3. I'm just going to make the note here that we're going to classical Greece time period, and then we'll dive into the reading, get started here. Okay, so drawn into the beautiful star card, for your New Year's past life reading. So we're heading back to this time during another lifetime. As I was saying in the initial impressions, if you weren't with me, I was really starting to tune into having a heavy weight on the shoulders at this time. There's a big decision. There's emotions involved, a lot of thought and consideration, and that's why it's weighing heavy on the mind here, but I'm also getting told now in the heart as well, and that's why it's such a difficult kind of situation you're in. Maybe you're feeling a bit squeezed, just like the dragon here is wrapped around the temple. And I was also starting to see a face here in the temple with the two eyes, nose, mouth, and kind of ears and the crown here. So that makes down here the shoulders, right? Shoulders, torso. So heavy weight here on the shoulders as the new year comes ushering in. So with that, as I picked up the cards, one card was left behind, so I am going to pair it with the card that you tuned into. So they're pairing that with the Lover's card. Look at them kind of conferring here, right? They're kind of leaning in, talking to each other, weighing the options. What do we do about this? Or it may not even be weighing the options. It could be just kind of looking at a situation that has occurred at this time of year that has weighed heavy on you. And it looks like another. So maybe potentially you and a partner, you and a family member, you and a close friend. It's a shared experience. It's a shared emotional weight. You were not alone with this. And again, we get this star here at the new year. I'm also getting a feeling with the moon leaving her right and the sun arriving in his left. That's energy out from your right, energy in with your left. So this beautiful, soft kind of goodbye to 2025 and optimistic, sunny disposition as you look to and welcome in 2026 here together. So maybe some kind of just acknowledgement that you're making here to a pretty heavy situation or experience that you had at this time of year. So you had that again in this lifetime. It's not the first time you maybe your holidays were overshadowed with this experience that you went through, because again, the dragon is so massively and it is massively different in scale to the size of this already amazingly huge temple, right? Okay, so where are we going to go first here in the charms and cards? I feel like this is an answer why. I don't know if you asked why, like, okay, why did this happen again, right? If I've already lived this experience, why did I have to live it again in 2025 at this holiday time? So I'm going to come here with this answer because the trumpet is announcement message from the angels, and it's an announcement, so it's loud, right? I want you to hear this. That's what this trumpet is. I want you to hear this. I want you to know this. It was part of your soul plan. It was part of your purpose being here. You were meant to experience this again. You decided as a soul to experience this again. You wanted to learn from it. Maybe you weren't satisfied with how you approached it the first time around, or maybe you wanted to live the same experience now this time as a shared experience, not solo. So let's see. It's part of your soul plan. You were meant to do this. You were meant to feel this. And at this time of year, at New Year's as well, right? Why at a holiday time? So we have the Ace of Cups here. I'm really being pulled into the heart. We already know it's a heavy matter on the heart. The emotions are overflowing as well. So potentially this was not the happiest of circumstances that happened. So again, so maybe something overshadowed. The water does feel kind of ice-like, right? It's kind of coating the outside of the beautiful goblet. So we're not even seeing the beauty of the goblet. We're overwhelmed with the water and kind of how it's locking it in this heart. So, you know, something really struck your heart. You know, I want to say sorry because I feel like maybe unfortunately there was a loss at this time of year, whether it was this year that you experienced it or maybe it's the first year anniversary, right, with the one. So you're living the first time of this holiday without that individual, without the person that you shared the experience with. So this heavy overshadowing, but you wanted to experience this. You needed to experience this again. So let's see why you needed to experience this again. I just want to make sure the card's on camera, so I'm going to put the charm over top. Okay. I'm going to come beside here with the family link, this flower, this beautiful daisy being gifted to you, brought forward to you. As I was saying in the initial impressions, as we were getting the charms and cards, this is a choice. I'm being showed a choice. But it could also be a sunflower, which a sunflower is a new beginning, a fresh start. So maybe it's your choice if you want to have a fresh start, try again. It has this link to family. I want to say, like, with a new year brings this new opportunity. Sometimes we need to like live the burden, live the experience that's the heavy weight on the mind and the heart on the emotions in order for us to see the beauty, right? In order for us to have the level of gratitude we need for this next opportunity, this fresh start. Or sometimes we need to, as they say, hit rock bottom to propel ourselves back forward. So, you know, maybe that's also what happened this year. Maybe potentially you kind of reached a point which felt like your lowest low, but it's all part of the soul purpose. It was required for this renewal. You needed to reach this point in order to move forward into this new beginning. Now, because it is sitting on family link, I feel like you have the choice of family here. I don't know why I want to say that. Like, you can choose your family. You're being gifted an opportunity to decide, you know, who I want to join. So, say this heavy matter of the heart was suffering a heartbreak at holiday time. Well, that's because you now have the opportunity in 2026 to choose your next in-laws, right? You get to choose your family. You get to choose or potentially, you know, from a big change that you went through, you now get to change what your lifestyle means to you. Like, what does definition of home, family, lifestyle mean to you? What's that dynamic? You get to create it. There's like a blank canvas. I want to say it's like you're wiping the slate clean in order to bring this in. Oh, well, then we have the family card with the family. So 10 of Pentacles here. And this is all about creating a beautiful foundation, some stability, this longevity, succession. Again, here's your definition of family. Is it grandchildren? Is it animals? Is it just simply a companion? Is it a community that you join? Is it a business you start up? right? Is it the people you employ and surround yourself with? Is it the new friends you invite in? You're building this new homestead, this new garden, this new village, and you're filling it. This is yours to fill. Your choice. You couldn't have done this without this kind of chilling out, without this loss, right? Maybe you ended some relationships. Maybe you cut some people off. You suffered a loss of job. Well, you could only step into this new role and move up quickly through the ranks if you had left this job, and maybe you weren't going to. So the angels had to usher you out in order for you to not miss this opportunity. I'm going to come over here because the turtle's sitting on new, and this is a new chapter. When I get my small turtle, this is your Akashic records being brought forward to you with some blank pages. So you have a bright new chapter that you're about to write here. Your emotions with the blue tile, it's a bright blue. So your emotions are uplifted. You're feeling inspired. You're feeling joyful, happy. You're in that beautiful space, optimistic, hopeful. And look at death welcoming you and pointing you down the path that you just chose to go down, right? Death is all about the ending and the beginning, the new, appropriately associated with the charm. There you are, transformed, the butterfly. As I said, death is welcoming you, the beautiful, optimistic, hopeful flag into 2026. Down your next path here, into your beautiful next chapter. That beautiful butterfly, yellow butterfly, just like the yellow sunflower. Opportunity, angelic energy, celebration that you've done this. I'm associating this charm as well with this. It was sitting on a child. This is my yes charm. When I get the angel wing, this is a yes. So maybe for you, it is truly family. I want to start to build my family. Yes, yes, child. I want to focus on family. Maybe at this time period, this past life we're going to, maybe that's the heavy question, the heavy burden that you and your companion had to talk about, you and your community had to kind of weigh the option is, what's the impact, right? What's the impact of this choice of pursuing what I want in terms of family? What is family to me at work, right? Am I changing up who I work with so that I feel like I'm part of a family here at work? Maybe it's a team, but there's like this yes child though, saying to you, yes child, or yes in terms of starting, right? The infancy. Child is all about youthfulness, infancy, the beginning of something, approaching something with that childlike enthusiasm and innocence. So this beautiful new beginning, yes, you are striking out, blank canvas, off you go. Now, in terms of what you can learn and draw from your past life, I do feel like that's kind of up here. I feel like this really wanted to paint the accurate picture of your situation, your scenario, what you're going through, kind of what the heaviness is on your mind, which is this big life decision. And now we'll get some more insights and answers here from your previous life. In the intro, I was drawn to the rat here in terms of democracy, politics. We know that we're in classical Greece at this time. So maybe being careful with words, or you've been feeling like you've needed to be careful with words, or you've been withholding information even so that it can't be used against you, because we have the rat here. So this is kind of sneaking curiosity, potentially individuals kind of speaking on situations that aren't theirs to speak upon, or just bad advice, right? So kind of filter it, be a little political in what you listen to and don't. And there's like, I keep saying, seeing communications, like the way you speak, the way you think, right? Don't like don't let these outside kind of comments or influences um, kind of knock you off balance here. So pairing that with the Page of Wands, presenting the scepter to the new year, right? Walked up to the I was going to say timeline, but it's the crossing of the years, right? And there's like this readiness. I feel like it's saying like, I'm ready. Here I am. I've completed the trial as a page, right? I made it to the crescent here. I made it to the top. I made it to this point, to this beginning, and I'm going to walk forward. I think you need to express yourself that way with this communication. Find the right way to express yourself, which means express yourself in the way that feels right to you. Just the way that the page is, like I said, presenting and saying, I'm welcoming you in the year. I'm ready. Here I am. This is what I have to say. This is what I want. This is my definition of family. This is what I'm doing next, right? This is how I'm going to step into 2026. I completed this trial. I've moved on. I moved forward. And maybe that's what this is, the diplomacy of not letting others trigger your emotion so that you snap at them, like, enough. I'm done talking about that. Like, still finding your way to navigate that with your brilliance. Because we do have another bad influence here with the crab sitting on the classical Greek here, the classical, so we know we're in that time frame, that area of the world. At New Year's, we have another kind of crab here. This is my Sebastian. I always see the Disney movie where he sings and says, "Kiss the girl," right? He's influencing him to approach and to express, right? Express himself. But I mean, if we look back at the movies now with our understanding, so it's a little bit of naughty influence. Like, he could have just allowed him to meet Ariel on his terms and be himself, right? The page. I'm going to express myself my way and my style versus how you're telling me to do it. So again, this rat, right? There might be someone whispering in your ear and just not giving you the right kind of advice now, not really leading you in the right way, and that might get you into a sticky situation or a sticky conversation here. Yeah, look at the spilled goblets with our 5 of Cups, and the way you're kind of looking down. And I love the show The Traders. I love that series. And of course, they wear the cape, those who are traders. So again, we have 3 now: rat, crab, and this caped figure. So be careful of who's around you right now, what's being said to you. I do feel like there's some bad advice here. There's some poor advice happening. At this time in this past life, perhaps you were cast out because of it. You didn't express yourself correctly. So you didn't really come out of the situation. You still remained pretty closed off and overwhelmed. Mm. The next big challenge, and pulling from your past life tools. So we have an emotional tile here. So again, this seems to be connecting to the depth that has impacted you on the emotional level. This is the second butterfly though, so you are headed towards transformation. I do feel like it's also saying in this past life, you were able to transform after this moment, after this kind of shake up or being shook at the New Year period, just being faced with something you weren't expecting and you didn't express yourself very well. This year, potentially, you express yourself better or you're about to. And you have, again, the transformation, the butterfly. This is my golden butterfly. It has these brilliant wings, so it's riding the waves of good fortune, prosperity, abundance. So it's heading into prosperity. So you've pulled yourself out of, I know in the beginning down here, I also said kind of hitting rock bottom and then rising quite well, because we have longevity and legacy here. So even if you were cast out and shunned from the community, from the group, from the family, that actually led to this beautiful transformation, this new start, this better golden opportunity and prosperity for you. So the next big challenge for you is sort of this rise up that you're about to go through. Oh, look at that tower moment and the moon. So talk about a rise up, right? Your tower shatters because you have completed your lesson. The crown breaks at the top of the tower because it's time for your new crown. And you have the beautiful moon card here. I love this one in this deck because the dog, the hound, and the wolf are howling to welcome you through these uprights, welcome you forward into your future, into this brighter path. As you can see, the path is leading into greener pastures, one after the other. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rolling hills there of greener pastures, right? And they're celebrating and welcoming you forward. We also have a crescent moon wrapped around a full moon, kind of a double whammy in terms of dreams coming true with this massive change. The next big challenge paired with the tower card. So it looks like you have, the past life here is letting you know that you kind of have the gift. I want to say like you were born with this gift now. You brought forward the tools from this past life. They're just part of your gift. So the hounds are howling, the hound and the wolf. The dogs here are howling. So that's throat chakra. That's communications again. Communicating your feelings, the blue emotions. So it looks like your lesson is the power of expressing your needs, your wants, your desires, expressing yourself. And, if I'm going to stay at this company or if I'm going to join this company, my contract terms must be, right? If I'm going to be part of this team, my role is going to be. If I'm going to have a family with you, this is sort of my dream of what it looks like. This is my definition. So you're learning now to express your desires, your wants, your visions of your future in a better, more diplomatic way. And you're saying no to the influences, right? You're saying no to comparing yourself to how when others have achieved certain life milestones. Maybe this milestone that you're thinking of, this new start. So what when other people started it? Maybe that's what was weighing so heavily on you. Maybe you were feeling like, oh, I'm falling behind, or maybe I'm rushing forward too quickly, but it just feels right. So again, don't let these detractors influence you. Continue to either talk to your soul or your partner, whoever's experienced this with you, and head forward to your new start. But it's all about being true to what you want, right? The moons, but being true to your dream, being true to self, and expressing that with clarity, right? The wand here, the jewel at the top, the page, expressing itself with clarity. Hey, 2026. I'm not even talking to people. I'm just talking to the year. Hey, 2026. This is who I'm going to be. This is what I'm going to achieve. These are the people I'm going to surround myself with. This is the family I'm going to have. These are the experiences I'm going to have. Like, you're really kind of telling the year, here I come, right? On the page, here I'm come. Because the page is going to only evolve in 2026. It's going to go from the page to the knight to the king or queen. It's going to kind of move through the deck, right? Move through the stages, like we see here. Moving to your pot of gold, your 10 of cups is coming. So congratulations on this beautiful transformation. Make sure you continue to keep clarity on your vision of who and what you want this year. Communicate that out, even if you're talking to the moon when there's a full moon and you're wishing upon it. But that's really the takeaway here from this past life, is you wanted to live this profound, you wanted to live a profound experience at the New Year time period in order to use that as an experience that will propel you forward along this new, brighter path,